Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Sephora haul. So I know the sale is coming up and I have a bunch of stuff in my cart. A lot of times when the sale comes around, I do sort of repurchase favorites of mine, staples of mine, a lot of skincare, hair care, stuff like that. But there's some new makeup releases that I just couldn't wait for, especially because you guys have been requesting me to try them. So this is going to be mostly a makeup haul. These are products I'm really excited to try in first impressions videos, but I wanted to haul them first. So if you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe and let's go ahead and begin. The first thing I got, I'm very happy that I picked it up because I actually got it before it went viral on TikTok. That is the KVD Vegan Beauty Good Apple Foundation Balm. People are going crazy about this. It's sold out, I think, in every shade except for maybe 4 or 5. I picked up the shade medium 42. When I look at this, I feel like it may be a little bit dark for me, but everybody's gone crazy over the coverage on this foundation. So let me show you what the packaging looks like. So the packaging is nothing crazy, but everything is recyclable. So for me, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I know the price, it's a little bit high, but if it lasts me a while, I'm okay with it. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's very basic, just plastic, clear packaging, and then you lift it up and you have the balm here. So I just dipped in. It is creamy off the bat. You don't have to even work your finger in it. It's immediately just emollient. And I know a little goes a long way. I'm really, really excited to try this. But like I said, I always like to do my Sephora hauls before I actually do first impressions. So we will be definitely trying this out. This will be in a video very, very soon. I hope the shade works for me, but let me know your thoughts if you've tried this down below. Did you love it? Did you not? I've seen a little bit of mixed reviews. It's mostly been positive, but the wear and the heaviness is what I keep seeing, like depending on if you used a brush or whatever. So very happy to have this because I didn't know it was going to be sold out and go viral, but I'm glad I picked it up before that. Also, if you saw one of my recent first impressions, I did pick up the Dior Backstage Body and Face Powder No Powder. I picked up the shade 5N, so they're all neutral shades. I'm a huge fan of the Backstage line. I think it's a little bit deeper than I had anticipated. I really couldn't tell from the swatches on Sephora. I was just kind of making a guess. I wanted to get it as a bronzer. I probably could have picked up 4, but this works for me and I've continued to use it after my first impression and I do like it. It has a little bit of a radiance, but I love the texture on it because it's not powdery or dry, very lightweight, so it doesn't enhance your texture. It gives you very kind of like a glowy satin look, but there's no chunky glitter. Definitely not matte though, so if you don't like any radiance, I don't know if you would like this. My only thing is I think the shade is a little bit too dark for me. I wish I would have gotten 4. Anything with a radiance, I don't typically love in my T-zone to set under my eyes and kind of brighten the center of my face. It just enhances texture. I've heard good things about this though, so I'm sort of maybe I could try a lighter shade. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll pick one up during the sale, but so far I'm happy with this. It's growing on me. The first time I used it, I didn't love the foundation I had on, but I didn't dislike it. Now I'm leaning into it more and I think I really like it. I just wish maybe I would have gotten 1 shade lighter. Speaking of bronzers, I did pick up the Danielle Myrick's Power Bronzer. So this is actually a cream bronzer and I'm not typically a cream bronzer fan, but so many people recommended this and I was so excited to see Danielle Myrick's available at Sephora. So I have to say the packaging isn't my favorite. Now I know she has, I think, something called the Contour Balm and that's not available at Sephora as of right now. So this is the Power Bronzer. It's a cream product. I picked up the shade medium and I have to say this is one of the easiest cream bronzer formulas to work with that I've ever tried. It just blends effortlessly. My only observation, I guess, about this is that it is very warm. It reminds me of the Chanel, if you've ever tried that, but even warmer. And it's really pretty because it gives you really like that sun-kissed warm glow, but I definitely would not contour with this. It's very warm, leaning orange, so it definitely can end up looking a little bit just too warm if you're not careful. So a little goes a long way, but I have to say the formula is so easy to work with. And I am not a cream bronzer type of chick. Usually they patch up. It's very creamy, very pigmented. you really want to be careful. It's not like the Fenty bronzers where you really build them up. This is pigment off the bat, but I do like it. I just wish maybe there was more shades, maybe like a cool toned one, but I almost think that's what the contour balm is. So maybe that's like a sister product to this, and hopefully it will come to Sephora soon. So as you guys know, I've been getting more into cream blushes. I think the formulas are really getting better. You can use them with powder. I feel like anybody could use them now if you find the right formula. So I've been on a mission, you know, I've been looking for new formulas, and I saw this from Tarte. This is their Sea Breezy Cream Blush. Now, the reason I wanted to try this is because they had a bronzer in this formula that was very well loved. It blended easy. It was really pretty. A lot of people really enjoyed it. So I believe they had 3 shades of the blush. I picked up Pink Sky. Now, I've used this once. This is what the packaging looks like. It's super cute. It's just like that turquoise, a matte blue, and then it has the shade on the back. And this blended beautifully. Now, I will say, if you like a muted neutral blush, I think a lot of people will like this. I myself prefer a little bit more punchy, like the Tower 28 or the Fenty colors, just because, I don't know, I love like a punchy blush. This is very neutral for me, but it's very, very pretty, pigmented, easy to use, did not lift my powder, so it seemed to work well. In terms of the texture of it, it kind of reminds me of the Milani. It's very creamy, but you kind of have to like get it going a little bit, I guess. But it's more pigmented than like the Fenty, and it's not as dewy as the Tower 28, just upon my first impression of using it. Again, I've used it one time. I like it so far. It's a little bit more subdued for me color-wise, but I think a lot of people really enjoy that very neutral pink peachy color. This is definitely pink, but it's not a poppy baby doll pink. It's very neutral. I want to try these in trying new makeup, so I'm trying to haul them for you guys, and then we can try all of these on camera. So I picked up one setting powder that I just could not resist. The second that I saw it, I wanted it, and then I kept going back and forth like, you don't need any more powders, but the packaging just really sucked me in. And I have to say, every time I get Gucci products, the packaging, it's just, I mean, it's luxe, come on. So this is the Gucci Beauty Powder. It's just basically a setting powder. So I have the shade 03. I have to say, the shades I really didn't know. I almost was gonna go for the lighter ones because I wanted to use it in my T-zone, but I think the shade I got is a little more yellow, and I'll have to use it sort of on the perimeter of my face, but the packaging is gorgeous. Now, I've used this one time so far. I don't really have my thoughts about it yet, but look at this freaking packaging. It's like the bronzer, but it has a different colorway to it. So beautiful. This is what it looks like. So it's a little bit yellow to put right under my eyes because I really like to brighten up, but this would be perfect just like under my contour or my forehead, and it feels nice and creamy. I noticed that it has a decent amount of pigment, so it's not one that's not going to give you any coverage, but it's not like a MAC Studio Fix where it's like full coverage. It's kind of in between, which I think I like for a setting powder. It doesn't feel particularly creamy, but it's not dry and flaky either. And when I used it, I noticed that it did not enhance my texture, and that's one thing I can't stand with powders. I like to use powders for a little bit of coverage and to set my face, obviously, but I want them to smooth. They need to make my face look smoother than it did before, otherwise what's the point? So I was quite happy the first time I used this, but I just have to say the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. You're really paying for the luxury feel, and I'm a big fan of the bronzer, so I thought if I like the bronzer, maybe I'll really like this. So we will be trying this in videos to come just to set my face and see what we think, but I just think the packaging is so beautiful. I couldn't resist. Okay, so you know how I said I love cream blush? Well, I first ordered 2, and then I was like, watching reviews, and I ended up ordering another one. So here we are, folks. We have 3 of the Melt Cream Blush Lights, okay? So I love Melt. Melt aesthetic packaging, colorways really just sucks me in. I think they're such a unique brand. Sometimes their formulas are hit or miss, but I do have a couple of their original blushes. So I thought, you know what, a cream blush, I'm a sucker for a cream blush, and these colors are right up my alley. They're so peachy and orange and warm, and some of them actually have like a shimmer to them. So I'm interested to try that because most cream blushes, I don't really know if I've seen any that I can think of off the top of my head that actually have a shimmer finish. So I'm interested to try that, and I believe I got one that had that. So let's start off with the OG, which is like what Melt is known for, and that's Honey Thief. Now I have the original blush for this, which is a powder, and everybody loves it. It's very neutral peachy. So this is what the cream looks like. It's so pretty. Okay, it's very emollient right when you touch it. Very pigmented. That's beautiful. So let's go ahead and swatch here. So that's what Honey Thief looks like. These are very thin. When you touch them, I mean, immediately you don't have to work them. Like thinking about Fenty Beauty, you really kind of have to work your finger in to get it, you know, melty. This one is melty right when you touch it, but it's a very thin formula. The Tower 28 is a little bit thicker, gives you like really dewy look. This is a little bit thinner in formula. So I'm really interested to try this on the skin. I've seen people use it over powder, under powder, and they didn't have any issues. So this is like a peachy coral, I would say. And the next shade I picked up was Polished. Now this is the one with shimmer, and it looks like it has more of a pink kind of tone, and I love a pink blush. So in the pan, it definitely leans warm, but it does have a shimmer to it. You can see right there, it almost has like that goldy pink look. I do wonder how flattering that will be on the skin, but I believe I was watching Kinky Sweat and they looked gorgeous on her. So I was like, yes. So here's Honey Thief. You can see it's matte, creamy, and then here's Polished, which has some sort of shimmer to it. I'm really interested to try these on the skin. A lot of times shimmery products will really enhance your texture, so I'm interested to see how it will go over the cheeks without making my skin look textured. And then the last shade I picked up, I just couldn't resist. It just looked like such an orange, sort of deeper terracotta color, and I just love orange cream blushes. So I picked up Sandy Cheeks. Now this one is not shimmery to my knowledge. So you can see it's just deeper and it has more of a terracotta orange color to it, but it's still quite neutral. It's really beautiful. I'm so excited to try these, you guys. Like, truly, this is one of those that I saw on Trendmood and I was like, yes, I knew I was gonna get them. And I was like, do I need them all? And then I was like, no. So I feel like I did good with colors just because they're all different, because these are not close and then this one has shimmer. So I feel like I got a good array of colors. I will say that all the colors seemed very orange, peachy, terracotta. I do wish there would have been maybe some like red or pink in there, but I'm excited to try the formula. I've heard really nothing but good things, so we will be doing that very soon. So I ended up picking up another product from Gucci. I just really wanted to try the formula, and I'm a sucker for a lip liner. So this is their lip pencil, and I picked up the shade 02. I felt like the nude shade, which was 01, was probably a little bit too light for me. This is a wooden lip pencil, which sometimes I really enjoy because they're not as creamy and they wear longer. So the shade I got was Tender. It looks like it has more of a rosy tone to it. The swatches on Sephora were a little bit hard to tell, but I wear pink a lot of times in my normal daily life. So let's go ahead and swatch it. Oh yeah, it definitely has a pink rosy tone, but I really wanted something with depth just because I don't like a light lip liner. I want something that's really going to kind of contour my lips. Feels nice and creamy, but it's definitely not creamy like a Charlotte Tilbury or something like that. Because it is a wooden, like standard wooden pencil, it definitely is going to be a drier formula, which I'm okay with because like a lot of times the ColourPop or ones that are super creamy and they slip, I don't like that. This is a little bit of a drier formula, but in my experience, they do hang on longer. So again, we'll have to try this out. For summer and spring, a lot of times I'll do a lip liner like this and then a more kind of flushed lip with really rosy cheeks, like for a natural look. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I just felt like the nude shade was gonna be too light. So I'll have to try this out. And again, we'll have all these products to try very soon. And to finish off the haul, I picked up another of my purple shampoo. I cannot be without this, and I couldn't make it to the sale. I was out. So this is the Amika Bust Your Brass. My number one question I receive is how I keep my hair icy and not yellow, and it is definitely this product. Of course, I go to a stylist every 7 weeks or so. She bleaches my roots and then she tones me professionally. But upkeep, I use this. I use it every time I wash my hair, which is about 2 to 3 times a week, and I leave it on. So I'll leave it on for 4 minutes, 5 minutes. This is a little bit more of a mild formula, meaning it's not gonna grab or leave streaks, but you do wanna leave it on longer. So if you've tried this, left it on for a minute and you didn't see any results, leave it on for 3, 4, 5 minutes. I leave it on, like I said, 4 or 5 minutes. I typically put it on and then wash my body, you know, shave my legs, armpits, whatever, and then I rinse it out. So for me, I like to leave it on longer because it really does give you that really nice icy look without going purple like that. So this is a staple for me. It really lathers well. It's just my favorite purple shampoo. So I always have this on deck. When the sale comes, I have 4 in my cart. So if that tells you anything. All right, guys, that is everything for this Sephora haul. I know it wasn't large, but I didn't want to wait until I do my haul from the sale because that's like a couple weeks away. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these videos. Let me know what you want me to demo first in first impressions. I'm so excited about the balm. Actually, I'm excited about everything. The melt blushes, the KVD balm, and the Gucci powder really have me excited. So I will link everything down below. If you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.